So, you want to start making documentary films? I'm not surprised. Documentary films are a great way to tell meaningful stories, experience the world, and create impact. If you want to make good documentary films, especially in the beginnings of your documentary filmmaking career, you want to make sure that you have a good character for your films. That's the first step, and that's the most important step. If you don't do this, if you either won't have a character at all and your film will be just about a topic, or you will have a character but the character is not strong enough, what will end up happen is that your film will probably be boring. And we don't want that. So let me share a few tips with you that will help you find the right character for your documentary films. Every documentary film usually starts with me being interested in something. Usually it's a topic. But a topic on itself is not enough to make a documentary film unless you're a very experienced documentary filmmaker. There are some great topic documentary films, but even if I think about those, there's usually characters in those films. So if you have a topic, and this could be anything that you're interested in, you have to start searching for a character within that topic. And ideally, this character has a story. What makes a good character? What makes a character with a story? The first thing you should look for is a goal. Does the character has a goal? Does he or she or they want something? Because if they have a goal, that means that they're on the journey, and that journey is the story. The story of being in a certain situation and wanting to be somewhere else, wanting to achieve something. And so, because it's a journey, there will probably be obstacles, and overcoming those obstacles will make for a very interesting documentary film. So look for someone who wants something, and ideally the thing they want is difficult to achieve. You know, it's not something easy, it's difficult to achieve for them. Doesn't mean that in general has to be difficult, but it has to be difficult for them. Now, ideally, the goal or the thing they want it really bad. They're almost obsessed with it. Obsession is another thing that you could look for within your characters, another trait, because obsession makes for very interesting characters. You can see this with athlete documentaries, you know, people climbing Everest. Maybe you've seen the film 14 Peaks. This guy is obsessed with climbing those 14 8,000 meter peaks without oxygen in a short period of time. I'm not sure what the time frame was, but he is obsessed with that. And so this obsession makes for a really good character as well. Now, another thing you could look for are obstacles in the character's life. You know, this could be a tragedy. This could be that the character is facing discrimination. This could be some sort of controversy around the character. Or this could be the character trying to achieve his goal against all odds. So obstacles in character's journey make for really good documentaries because it's something that the character has to overcome in order to become the person they want to become or to achieve the goal they want to achieve. And if you're still here watching the video, then thank you very much for your attention. And let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below so I can answer those. Now, once you have a character that either has a goal, you know, there are obstacles on the way towards that goal, or is facing some sort of tragedy or discrimination, all the things that I mentioned, try to look for what's happening internally with the character. You know, not only him being focused on achieving that goal, but what is he going through internally? Is he trying to fight in some way against himself or against his close ones? You know, is there some sort of internal struggle happening within him? Because these internal processes and struggles, or the metaphysical, is what really makes an interesting character, you know, because it shows that the character is human, and that's something that we as a viewer will be able to relate to. If you think about it, even in superhero movies, you usually relate to a superhero when there's some sort of human trait to them, you know, if they're struggling with something, rather than being almighty, all shiny, with no problems, kind of a superhero. So really try to look for these internal struggles within your characters. Now, let's say that you found a good character within the topic that you're interested in. You know, it checks all the things that I mentioned, or at least few of them. The next thing you have to think about is, do you actually have a personal connection to the character? This is something extremely important for me, because even though the character might have a great story, if I'm not personally invested and personally connected to the character, it will be very difficult for me to put 120% into making the documentary films. And with documentary films, it's often like that. You have to work long hours, you have to wake up early, you might have to shoot the films over a long period of time. So it's really important to search within and be honest with yourself if you are personally connected to the character. So personal connection to the character, extremely important, or at least for me. Now, where do you look for the characters? I think there's a few different ways. I can tell you how I do it. So the way I look for the characters is usually either through immersing myself within the topic that I want to make the film about, within the community. And that's quite easily done if you are in the place where you want to make the film about. But I'm, for example, also trying to make a film in Nepal about Sherpa community, and I'm not in Nepal, so how do I immerse myself? And this is where research come into place, trying to talk to NGOs, to people on the ground, to people that been to Nepal, try to see if they know people that could be an interesting character. And this takes quite a long. I've been searching for a character for the past few months. I have few candidates, but I'm still not 100% decided because I don't have that personal connection to them. So I'm still thinking how I'm gonna approach this. Maybe I'm just gonna go to Nepal and try to find a character when I'm there, but not sure. I'll keep you posted on this. But definitely immersing yourself within the topics and communities that you want to make the films about, or doing research, through NGOs, through journalists, through people that been in the community or been living within the community, and so on and so forth. And the last thing I would say is take your time. Don't rush your documentary films. To find the right character might take time. It might take months, it might take years, and you should be able to be patient and to really know when you find that right character that you want to make the film about, rather than trying to rush it and maybe make a film about someone who you don't connect personally with, or who you haven't done enough research on, and some negative things might come up. So now you have a character, and the next step is to actually get the story out of your character. The way you usually do it is through interviews, and that's what the next video will be about. I'm going to be talking about how to conduct better interviews for documentary films, but also for client testimonies, branded content, and so on. On the other side, in order to make your film, you will also need some equipment. So check this video right here that I made about an essential documentary equipment for beginner level filmmakers. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you next Tuesday with a new video. Peace!